Welcome to Monday, June 1st, 2020. Welcome to June and welcome to summer. Summer's here, folks. We really saw that over the weekend with warm temperatures, afternoon and evening thunderstorms around the region. Very typical weather for this time of year, and it's going to stick with us all week. The first week of June will be plenty warm. In fact, very warm temperatures, especially today and Tuesday, will be noted with lots of 80s. Lots of 90s across the low elevations of western Nebraska and eastern Colorado and western Kansas. We will see occasional thunderstorm activity this week. The thunderstorms, though, are going to be spotty. It looks like the best chance of thunderstorms will be over Colorado, southeastern Wyoming. Then as you get up into Yellowstone Park, areas near the western border areas of Wyoming with Idaho and Montana. Later in the week, and over the weekend, we'll see a high coverage of thunderstorms and showers as a Pacific trough nudges a little bit closer. It's just best described as a typical early summer pattern coming for this region. Here's the precipitation forecast. This takes us actually through Thursday. And you can see we have that thunderstorm activity developing over parts of New Mexico and parts of northern and eastern Colorado, some of the Colorado high country. Gonna see afternoon and evening thunderstorms just about every day. Another area where there'll be some enhancement will be northeastern Wyoming and western South Dakota, and then up here into Yellowstone National Park, southwest areas of Montana, then spotty shower and thunderstorm activity elsewhere. This is the type of activity that's very typical for this time of year. It comes during the heat of the day. You see the clouds build up, and sometimes the thunderstorms get you. Sometimes you just see them in the distance. But it's not the type of rain you can count on to give your yard a good soaking. It's just not the type of rain chances that gets a good wet everywhere. There'll be isolated spots that get good rain, but more often than not, you'll be drier than wetter, at least here for the next 3 or 4 days. Now, over the weekend, we should see those thunderstorms and showers increase a bit. This is where we are with the upper level pattern right now. Look at this big low off the California coast and then a big area of high pressure developing over the central areas of the country here. This responsible for the good old-fashioned June gloom across California, while the high pressure ridge setting up here is real typical as you start an early summer pattern. So the clockwise spin around the high brings in very warm desert air in to the western high plains and Rockies, hence the establishment of a summer pattern. Now, by the weekend, we see more of a consistent trough coming into the west coast, and you see the high pressure ridge that was over, let's say, eastern Colorado, western Kansas. Well, this high pressure ridge shifts a little bit. What that means is that by Friday and the upcoming weekend, the air loft gets a little bit cooler, gets a bit more unstable, and there should be an uptick in thunderstorm activity. See this area right here? We're seeing an area of low pressure wanting to form in the Gulf of Mexico by this weekend and next week. That needs to be watched for potential tropical activity later. Now, by next Wednesday, a week from this Wednesday, this is June 10th, that California trough becomes a little bit more potent into the central high plains and Rockies. So this will be a cooler, more wet weather pattern by the middle of next week as the high pressure ridge gets temporarily pushed more to the east. Thanks for listening and watching the Day Weather Podcast. Have yourself a good Monday. Enjoy the nice, warm summer weather.